Alright, we'll try this again. Narrating this role between me and Diego in the background with my Whoop live heart rate there at the bottom of the screen. And then in the foreground, we have Jonathan and this other guy. I forget his name, but he's a really good role. And yeah, so I'm in Diego's guard there, trying to take in. He's trying to twist me, and in some cases it's working, and I have to kind of go with it. But he's trying to isolate one arm, and I'm trying to isolate a leg so I can do that, but it doesn't quite work, and there's the risk of that particular maneuver. But I can accept that, and then just practice getting out of that. There's a learnable moment in every position. So Diego's got mount. I sweep him over. All I had to do was remove a post. That means just grabbing one of his arms and putting pressure on his leg, basically, with my hips. I passed his guard. I'm in side control. Now I'm looking for something. But one of the things I'm trying to work on is what, some advice I'd been given by a brown belt recently, that I have good movement, but I give too much space. So as you can see, look, that one detail is making a huge difference, because Diego's very good, and he's got all of the advantages other than size. He's a smaller guy. Other than that, though, his technique is on point, and usually I'd be way more tired than this. And yeah, so see, I had my knee up there. I'm trying to get him to go into an arm bar, trying to get him to turn that way. But I was going to give him too much space, so I put it back down, and I try to get my grapevines in, and I want him to roll like he just did. You can barely see it, but I wanted him to do that, but the problem was he actually got into half guard. So then here he is trying to get my back again. I just tighten up and just start rolling my shoulders on the ground to get out of that. So now I'm in his guard, which is a better position than him being on my back, right? So that's considered a small win there. And there's Jonathan there, giving this guy a lesson. And since we can't see anything, I might as well talk about Jonathan's thing here. This guy's going for a guillotine, but he's not getting that. You'd figure he would, but Jonathan's probably baiting him. Jonathan's great at the chess game of jiu-jitsu. And right here, this is something Jonathan does. He just kind of holds up like this and waits for you to make some mistake. He'll roll him or something, or go for his legs. He'll find something. And look how comfortable he is with this person on top of him, right? So that's kind of a clue as to how this is probably going to go. See? And this other guy, he's really good. He gets a lot of training in. All right, so here I am. I had Diego stacking me up. Knows that makes it harder to hold it back, and obviously it worked. And I ended up in his guard, kind of picking the lesser of evils. I'd rather have to pass his guard again. Now he's going for some sort of armbar here, but as long as I pressure in and kind of smash him, it's really hard for him to do those things. So, and there I got to mount. That was good. And now we can't see anything. So Jonathan's got what's called butterfly guard, and then now he just kind of let the guy roll around behind him like that. All right, and there he goes. And there's my son, Tristan, trying to steal the camera. Playing around on the crash pad. Can't really see what's going on either end of this. All right, there we are. Yeah, he was going for he was going for a heel hook, and so he kind of gave me a little bit of mercy there, even though I told him not to worry about it, like, because he didn't quite have it anyways. But that was kind of just a moment where I was all like, there was no pressure being put on my knee, but I'm like, all right, I got to figure out how to get out of this. But I could have sat there for any given amount of time. So we just kind of went back. White belts typically don't do a lot of ankle locks and things like that. I think they should just open it up. I understand a little bit, because now that I've been injured with it, I understand why, because people don't usually have control. But I mean, for the most part, this is fighting, and yeah. So here I am. This is why we call it folding people's clothes with them still in them, or involuntary yoga. I'm trying to just stack him up and put pressure on him to get past his legs. And Jonathan looks like he's about to do pretty much the same thing to this guy. So I almost had an arm bar there, but I had just enough space where he was able to turn into me. And I could have gone for, it looks like I was trying to go for a Kimura, but I don't remember that. I probably should have. So I'm trying to push down with my legs down on his hips to try to make it harder for him to be there. And as you can see, he kind of aborted that particular guard pass, and it worked. Now, can't see what I'm doing. Jonathan's got this guy in his guard. Guy's putting his hands back. I don't like to pass like that. Maybe I should try it. Maybe there's some truth to that, but I just feel like it exposes too much of my neck. And there is going for an inverted arm bar. And I bet he got it. Again, Jonathan's got a trick from pretty much every position. He's got something. Jonathan's also one of the coaches for my boy, so he they talk a lot. Okay, so here we're probably looking at another example of why we call it folding clothes with people still in them. See that? Smashing them up. Diego's, but Diego does this too. You'd be surprised. He's a smaller guy, but you'd be surprised. It's still 100 and something pounds, like on you. So if I remember right, we didn't really get the end of this on camera very well, but if I remember right, it was pretty much just we both decided to stop it. But as you can see, my heart rate goes up after, and I don't know what the deal is with that, because mostly it didn't really break 130 much. Well, didn't break 140 while I was rolling with him, so we just kind of both decided it was almost 10 minutes of rolling. The buzzer had gone off a couple of times, and decided it was time to move on, get some water. So that's how that went. Have a good day, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.